Yo people, what's good? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Johnny's Tech World. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've watched my previous video and you're back here for this new video, first of all, thank you and welcome back to my channel. I do hope you have a lovely time here. So without further ado, we're going to get into reviewing this. And this is the, the Sony WH-1000XM4.
That's quite a mouthful.
Yes, I know. But in short, I like to call it the XM4. So we're going to get into reviewing this headphone and talking about what makes a good headphone. So for me, that is the fit, that is audio/noise cancellation, the Bluetooth connectivity, the price, and the design. So without further ado, let's get into this video. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like the video, you can dislike as well, but please tell me what I can do to improve. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now the XM4s come in this case, and I really do love this case. It is very portable. It fits inside all of my backpacks without occupying too much space. And it has a very nice texture to it. It feels of quality, and you know, Sony sure took their time when it came to making this. So if I open this case up, you see here we have the headphones themselves, and I really like the design of these headphones. I think they're very simple, and that's something that I appreciate. I really do enjoy. I think the sides, because they're a bit glossy, or they have a matte finish, it can be a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but it's not detrimental to the design in any way, shape or form. And I love the cushion at the top here. It's made of very good quality, so it fits on your head comfortably with no worries. So yeah, that's the headphones themselves. It also comes with this, which is our 3.5mm cable. So this is for, you know, if your headphones run out of battery, you can use this as a wired connection for your headphones. Or yeah, if you just prefer a wired connection in general. Then you also have the charging cable, which is a USB cable, USB Type-C cable. And in order to charge it on the right ear cup, you just attach this here. And you just attach the USB-A side to your laptop or wherever. And it also comes in with this. Now this is a little adapter in order to connect your XM4s for when you are on a flight, and usually on flights you can't use the Bluetooth. So this is what you would plug into entertainment console, that's what I'm going to call it, in order to use your XM4s on a flight and enjoy the quality of those as compared to the cheap airplane earphones. So yeah, that's what's inside the box. Also, in terms of the design of the XM4s, we have buttons on both the left ear cup and the right ear cup. So we see here, this is the power button in order to switch the XM4s on. We have this little socket here, which is for our 3.5mm cable. In order to connect the headphones physically. We have this custom button here, and this can be used either to trigger the voice assistant on the device you're using, so for example Google Assistant or Siri, whichever one your device uses, or it can be used to switch between noise cancellation and ambient sound, which is something I'm going to get onto when talking about the audio quality and noise cancellation. And on the right ear cup, you see we have this little slot here, which is for charging our headphones, and it's a USB slot. And also when it comes to controlling our music, we use the right ear cup to do this. So if you wanted to increase the volume, you just swipe up. If you wanted to decrease the volume, you would just swipe down. If you wanted to go forward a track, you'd go from left to right. And if you wanted to go backwards, you go from right to left. And if you wanted to pause your music, it's just a double tap. So yeah. Overall, in terms of the design, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Now, when it comes to the fit/comfort of the XM4s, they fit like a glove. There's so many things that I like about the comfort of the XM4. The first thing being that it's very lightweight. And when you have a headphone like the AirPods Max, which is very heavy, it makes you appreciate lightweight headphones that are on your head, but you barely notice them. But not that, you know, they feel cheap, not lightweight in the sense that, you know, they feel like they're gonna break. No, they're English. They're solid in terms of their quality. And yeah, if you see me wearing them now, and I put them over my head, boom. It feels like my ears are in another dimension. The leather cushions on the ear cups just molded to my ears so quickly when I initially got them, and it just provides such a pleasurable experience. And we also have the cushion here for your head, which provides security in terms of, you know, not moving on your head. So even if I put them on, shake my head, they're barely moving and they're still in place. So that's one thing I love. The only snag I have about this thing is that, you know, it can cause headphone hair. You wear it for prolonged periods, but that's the only snag really. Even when I wear this for a long time, let's say 3 or 4 hours whilst I'm working, it doesn't feel uncomfortable to wear. Sometimes I barely even notice that they're there, but that's how, you know, lightweight and, you know, fitting they are. So yeah, in terms of comfort, 10 out of 10, without question. Now, when it comes to the Bluetooth connectivity of the XM4s, these things are strong. They don't show any signs of weakness. Strength, no weakness. And for those that don't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to provide you with a short explanation. So when you're out and about, you know, listening to your music via a Bluetooth connection, you may notice that sometimes that your music may cut out in certain areas. And I have never experienced this with the XM4. I've experienced it with the AirPods, where in places of high traffic, and what I mean by high traffic is where there are loads of people. So let's say you're in a very popular train station like Bank, and there are loads of people that are using AirPods or other Bluetooth devices to listen to their music. It causes a lot of traffic and it affects the signal which goes from your Bluetooth device to the device it's connected to. So I noticed that sometimes in high traffic areas, such as being in a train station where there are loads of people, my AirPods cut out. Even its baby brother, which I have in this case, which is the XM3, it cuts out. But when it comes to the XM4s, these bad boys don't let up. Even in high traffic areas, they say, what? I got you. I'm listening to my music and enjoying it with no cutouts whatsoever. So in terms of its Bluetooth strength, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. And the fact that I've experienced cutouts with its baby brother, it shows you how much Sony has improved on their previous product. So what better way to test the audio quality and noise cancellation of the XM4s than going on one of the loudest tubes on the TfL network. So here's a clip of me on the Northern Line listening to some K-Trap Golden Goal and providing you with a real life test of how I think these things performed. So when it came to the audio quality, I found it to be very good. It was very crispy, very clear. I could hear the lyrics clearly as well as the beat, and that's due to how well the noise cancellation worked. I found it to be very strong, and there were only certain moments when the tube was turning and producing very large screeches that it managed to overcome the XM4s. So overall, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I will say though that the audio profile that you set can dramatically influence your experience with the XM4s when it comes to listening to music, and the audio profile is something that you set on the app, and there are various different profiles that you can use and choose. You can also have your own custom profiles, and I will show a clip of this in order to show what I mean. But it took my experience from a 6 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 when I did some playing around with different profiles, and each profile is tailored towards the genre of music you were listening to, because some music may be more bassy, some music may be more vocal focused, so it very much depends on the type of music you're listening to. But overall, I'd give them an 8 out of 10. So this is how the app looks on my iPhone, and here it shows the music I'm listening to as well as the adaptive sound control, which is linked to the ambient sound control that I mentioned earlier, and this basically adjusts the level of noise cancellation according to the background noise. I tend to keep it off just because it can be a bit annoying changing different levels of noise cancelling each time. But the main part I want to focus on here is this equalizer section. And as you can see here, I'm sliding through different audio profiles such as excited, bright, bass boost, custom 1, custom 2, and they affected my audio experience dramatically because for the music I tend to listen to, it tends to be a lot more bassy and stuff. So I found an audio profile on Reddit which I used to change my custom 1 profile, and that made my audio experience a lot better when listening to music. So yeah, there's a little insight into the app. Now, when it comes to the battery life of the XM4s, I immediately thought,
stop the cap.
but you know what? They've actually held up, and they actually do last what's stated on the box. So on the box, they're stated to last 30 hours. And initially, I didn't believe it because I have the XM3s, and they were said to last 30 hours, but in reality, they only lasted for 25 hours. And I've used those extensively, and I can confirm that they've only really lasted me 20 to 25 hours. But with the XM4s, they have a much better battery life, and they do last what is stated on the box. So it's all good with the battery life, and I have to give it a 10 out of 10. It's an improvement, and it lasts longer. So when it comes to the price of the XM4s, they are currently valued at around £250. And whilst that is in no means cheap, I do think that is a very fair price point for a headphone which is very good and has been out for just over 2 years. Compared to the XM5, which came out in 2022, which is currently valued at around £300, I feel like you're getting more bang for your buck with the XM4. And there's not that much improvement with the XM5s to justify the extra £50 you would be spending, in my personal opinion. I do think they are worth the money compared to the XM3s. The XM3s are currently valued at £180, I believe. So there is a £70 difference, but I do feel like that £70 is substantial. But if you're on a budget, I can understand why you would go for the XM3s. So overall, I think the XM4 is an excellent headphone. I don't think there's any headphone at the moment in that price range that can compete with the XM4s at this current time. And I have really enjoyed using the XM4s, and I will definitely be keeping them for a very long time before I decide to make a switch to another headphone. Doesn't mean you're not going to see more headphone videos. Those are going to be coming in this year. I can comfortably say that the XM4s are going to be my main drivers when it comes to editing videos and using and, you know, listening to music and stuff like that. So thank you guys for tuning into my video today. I hope you've had a lovely time listening to my review on the XM4s. And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you've liked what you've seen. And also, if you don't like what you see, then please feel free to dislike, or please tell me what I can do in order to improve as well. So thank you for your time, and I do hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. It's been your boy John. Love.